Are you looking for a podcast where you can hear from real people regarding their real dental drama? If so, then you've come to the right place. Join hosts Bethany Petty and Dr. Kuba as we dive into the solutions we've created and the mistakes we've made while managing dental drama. Let's get started.
Hello. Well, we are in for a special treat here. So back by popular demand, many of you guys have listened to it. If you haven't, I encourage you to because it was precious. I'm a little biased. It was my children and Bethany's children, a couple of them, who joined in with their thoughts on certain HR topics. And so if you haven't heard the last episode, why and where this kind of came from, but I learned it from Bethany about some of it, kind of parenting tips on how we could turn some of the scenarios we deal with in our offices into something that's useful for our kids at home. And that way we hope to be raising smart, productive, non-irritating employees in the future. So,
You're welcome. You're welcome, listeners.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. So if y'all tuned in to last week's episode, it was me just trying not to go bald, pulling all my hair out with an employee that I had to let go that I had just hired. So I just hired her. And then in the last episode, we talk about like basically a week later, I had to turn around and fire her. And so why did I do that? And in just talking to my own girls about why I did that, I was like, this would be another good one to bring the babies back into the closet with us and get y'all's thoughts on what you would do or what I should have done different. Okay? So who do we have here with us today?
I'm Cosette.
You're Cosette. And so who are you to Bethany?
Her daughter.
Her oldest daughter. That's right. And then who are you?
I'm Sonica.
And who are you?
I am Rena's daughter.
Yeah, you're my oldest. So I've got two girls, and Sonica's my older one. Sonica, how old are you?
10.
And Cosette, how old are you?
11.
Okay, very good. So we're going to get y'all's feedback and thoughts on what you think. Was I wrong? Was I too tough? Is the employee, where? Because I think there's some of both. I'm sure I didn't do everything right, and I'm sure she didn't either, but y'all tell me what you think, okay? So, Sonica, you've heard this a little bit because you heard me talking to Miss Bethany about it when it was happening. You've heard me talking to Daddy about it. So just let Cosette get up to speed here, okay? Our listeners have kind of heard about it, whoever listened last week, because we talked all about it, but I'm going to fill you in, okay. Cosette? Okay. So, I hired a person to come help at our front desk. So do you know what the front desk people do? Are they the ones who help clean your teeth and who help take the x-rays?
They check you in.
Right? Okay. So do you know what any of that entails? Like, what is the checking in?
Like, they check you in to do your appointment and stuff.
Right. Okay. So they have to, do all the paperwork and know who you are and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what this girl was that's what we hired her for, was to help us at the check-in desk and the checkout desk. So,
okay.
She has to know about appointments and the phones and all of that.
All right.
So we hired her on a Friday, and we had just had her come try out the front, and she got along really well with everybody. Everybody liked her. So that was a good starting point. So I said, why don't you join us? So the morning that that was on a Friday,
okay,
that we said, okay, why don't you start on Monday? And she was available, so she was going to start on Monday. And at 5:57 in the morning on Monday, I get a text from her, and she said, "Hi, Dr. Kuba, what time am I supposed to be there again? 8 or 9? Okay, so I didn't really like that. What are your thoughts on why I didn't like that? Do you see a problem with that at all, I guess is my question.
The only problem I see is she should have paid more attention to what time you said to be there, and if she didn't know what time that she should be there, then that means she wasn't really listening that much.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Anything else that you can think of? So Friday we talked about coming on Monday. We talked about the time to be there, and now it's Monday at 5:57 in the morning. What do you think about that? Is that a good thing that she was double checking the time?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, she should have also been listening to you on Friday.
Okay, True. Sonica, any thoughts that you have on that?
She should have told you on, Saturday or Sunday, not right when she was supposed to be there on Monday morning.
Yeah. it would have been helpful if she had, texted me on Saturday and said, hey, what time am I supposed to be there? But I think, Cosette, you've definitely got, why weren't you listening?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was weeks before that I had hired her, but even if it had been, she should have known. Now, the other thing I didn't tell you is when she texted her message to me, it said, hi, Dr. Kuba. Do you know how I spell Kuba? Have you seen it ever on your mom's stuff? So it's Kuba. Okay. And she spelled it Cuba. Is that a problem? Is that not a problem? Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, it can kind of be a problem because it can kind of be a little disrespectful sometimes, and it can offend people sometimes. So I think...
And why do you think that is?
Because some people's names are hard to pronounce or something like that, and sometimes if someone gets it wrong, then that makes them a little bit upset.
Yeah. Do you think it's fair to be upset?
Yes, it's fair to be upset because I don't normally get mad if people spell my name wrong. I just correct them. But if someone like did that to me and that I knew that they weren't really paying attention at all in any of this stuff, then I would not be happy.
Okay. Sonika, what do you think? I mean, Kuba is not a common name, right? Like, it's fair that they spelled that wrong.
Yeah, but you should be paying more attention and listening to, like, because they might have said how to spell their name, and if you've contacted them before that, then you should know how to spell their name.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you bring up a good point, Sonika, because one of the things that Dr. Kuba didn't share with you guys is that she had messaged back and forth several times with this candidate, and she would always sign her name the correct spelling, obviously. So that means she had a few messages from Dr. Kuba, and she still spelled her name wrong.
Well, then that would make me very upset.
Yeah. And, again, to me, like, we've got... Sonika's last name is a pretty hard name. Probably people don't say it right, can't spell it right.
Nope.
But for me, Kuba is 4 letters, and my thought was, if you can't get those 4 letters right, and we've gone back and forth, and this is a job that you're about to start with, then what about all the other details you're going to miss at the front desk?
I mean, if she's already missed 2 things that were pretty clear to her, like with the name, it was literally in every text message that you gave her. And with the time, she could have asked you, like Sonika said, another day, or you could have, like, just paid attention to when it was supposed to be.
Okay. Now, is that a reason I should fire her for those 2 things?
I mean, I think she would need to do something more if you wanted to fire her.
Okay, so you don't think that would have been fair to fire her then?
No.
So what should I have said to her?
Should
I have told her she spelled my name wrong, or should I have told her, hey, why didn't you contact me sooner? Like, what am I supposed to... So when I get the text at 5:57, hey, Dr. Kuba, what time am I supposed to be there? What would you guys have done?
I would have said, excuse me, this is not how you spell my name. It's Kuba, and also you should have been paying attention, so next time can you please pay attention and just look back to see how to spell my name?
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. I would have, like, kind of, like, interacted with her and say, I'm going to give you another chance, basically.
Okay. What do you think?
I think that I would say probably, hey, you could have contacted me earlier. Maybe you could have contacted me earlier, and my name is, like what Cosette said about can
So
you...
you would have done what Cosette
Yeah.
did? Okay, so the next thing that, so nobody would have fired her then? Okay, good. I didn't fire her then either, but I didn't like it, but I didn't fire her. Okay, so then she came in on Monday. We told her to go ahead and come in. Well, it turns out on the weekend, I sent her a letter that I said, hey, you need to sign this. Like, I emailed it to her. And then Miss Rosillo in our office also sent her all this paperwork. When you go to a doctor's office for the first time, you have to do a lot of paperwork, or when you get hired, you have to do a lot of paperwork. By the way, so when y'all get your first jobs, there's going to be a lot of paperwork that you have to do.
Yeah, and when you get into middle school, there's a lot of homework you have to do, so it's kind of the same concept.
Okay, exactly. Yeah, so you're supposed to do it, right? So you're learning, you're not even in middle school yet, are you?
No, but I know that you're going to have a lot more homework in middle school.
Okay. So that this person's an adult, like outside of, she's already done middle school, she's already done high school, so it shouldn't be a surprise to her that she has to do paperwork.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to kind of see. So Miss Rocio sends her a lot of paperwork and says, okay, come on Monday with your paperwork ready.
Yeah.
So she shows up on Monday and she doesn't have her paperwork there. Sonika, what do you think about that?
Well,
What would you do?
I would say, if she says I don't have my paperwork, if I don't have my paperwork, then I would have said, like, I texted two of us texted you over the weekend, and you should have checked your email to see if there was any like paperwork you should fill out. And if you've had a job before, then you should know that that you're gonna have paperwork that you need to fill out. So.
Okay. Because what would you do?
All I could say is, how the heck did she get past middle school with not doing any of her homework?
Right. Okay. Good thought. Good thought. Okay. But here we are now. And remember, so just kind of keeping in mind, though, my question for you, I guess, not keeping in mind, how should I say it?
Well, if she has already done 3 things wrong in a row, and you have, like, done stuff for her to make it easier for her, and you've done a lot of things and she still does not do it, then that means she's not responsible. And I think that if she does one more thing wrong, then you were right to fire her.
Okay. But how should I say this to her? Should I say, what do you mean you don't have paperwork? Didn't you learn how to do your homework in middle school? Oh, sweetie, you forgot your paperwork. It's okay. Come on, let's do it. Like, what? How do I do it to not look like a crazy person?
In the middle. I think you should be like what she said. We both, like, gave you emails of the paperwork that you have to do. I mean, like, what were you doing during this time? Like, and you need to get a reason out of her why she wasn't doing it. If it's a bad reason, I mean, like her son was in the hospital or something like that while she was trying to do that paperwork, then, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you could forgive her for that. But if it was something like she was doing something fun or she was having free time, then, like, no, that's not okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So she just said, I don't have it. So Miss Rocio printed it for her. Mm-hmm. So she said, I really need you to bring this Tuesday. Filled out. She said, okay. So here she comes on Tuesday. And the Miss Rocio said, where's your paperwork? And she said, can you print it again for me? Okay. Why are you making that face? You made the face that I'm sure I made. Eyebrows scrunched in, confused, like, what? Yes. So,
like,
why?
I don't think what? What? Like, if you print... Okay, first, you gave her an email. She did not do it over the weekend when she had all the time to do it. Then, you print it out for her. She still does not do it. Then, you give...
She doesn't know where it is.
What?
Yeah.
How? I don't know how she got past middle school. Okay. When did she graduate?
Okay, so your reaction is like mine, and that makes me feel better because I felt really mean. But I said, no, we're not printing it for you again. You need to find it. Okay? So, Sonika, at that point, what do I do? What should I do? Should I fire her? Should I tell her to go home?
I would have thought, like, what the heck? I sent it to you, and then I printed it out for you, and now you want me to print it out again. First of all, you're wasting paper. Second of all, this takes a long time to do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're wasting ink. Ink is expensive.
And third of all, she's now missing like 5 to 6 things that she was supposed to do that was very clear to her.
Okay. But what should I do?
What? Okay.
Should she fire her at this point?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now let's play that out. Because if I said, ma'am, you texted me the morning that you should have known the time, and then you didn't do your paperwork, and then you lost your paperwork, you're fired.
Well, not in that way. You need to be like, ma'am, I've given you you don't know what time to come. Then you spell my name wrong, and I leave you my name every time after we text. And 3, you did not do your paperwork. 4, we printed it out for you. 5, you lost it. That's 5 things that she did that was not good. So you need to say you've done a lot of things that was clear to you not to do, and I think that you need to go.
Okay. What would you have done?
Same thing.
Okay. Now, what do you think that person's going to do? Like, what if somebody was saying that to you?
I'll be like, okay, I know I was irresponsible. I'm leaving.
Okay. And you would have just left.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
what do you think?
I would have known myself that I did all those things wrong over and over again when it was clear that the things that I had to do was easy and simple. Then I'll be like, all right, I knew what I do, and I'll do better next time.
Okay. I like that.
That's probably what I would do, except I would be like, okay, I understand that I have not been very responsible, so it is okay. It's okay if you fire me because I know I've not been very responsible.
So I think because you guys are pretty young and we're pretty much on top of you guys a lot. That's why you guys know these things. Yeah. But we'll tell you, out there's people who would have started crying.
Yeah.
Or people that would have started yelling and saying you're being unfair. Which is pretty much what she said to me, was that you're being really unfair to me right now.
She's got something wrong. Something is wrong. I do not think she's getting enough sleep at night.
I think she's overtired.
Yeah.
Doing what? She's not doing her paperwork. What's she tired from?
Maybe she's napping during that time. She probably got 2 hours of sleep and then she was tired and fell asleep and did not do it.
She got upset, though. She got upset. She didn't understand why she was being fired.
Well, too bad. She should look back.
Okay. So, y'all agree that firing was the thing that y'all would have done?
Yes.
Now, what if she came and said, I'm gonna hit you because you're firing me right now?
Oh, well, then I will call the police.
Okay. But you guys agree she needed to go?
Yeah.
Even if the team said, oh, but we really like her.
I do not care. She was not doing none of her work that she was supposed to be doing.
So even if the team really likes her, she still has to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I convinced the team that she's not a very good person to hire. Like, I had convinced like the entire team, do you really want somebody who's not responsible, doesn't do their work, and like when you like tell them that this isn't going to work out for you, then they start yelling at you. Do you really want somebody like that?
Because if you want to get a job, then you have to do the things it takes to get that job. One of the things to get a job is you have to do homework. And you have to learn how to spell your boss's name right.
True.
Basic.
And you can't text her at like 5 in the morning?
57 in the morning.
5:57 in the morning. You gotta confirm that at a different time, so you don't just wake her up at like dead in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, it's not okay. And
so in this particular case, the fact that Dr. Kuba did have to fire this lady, Sonica, you think the team needs to be informed on why she was fired, so that they understand what happened.
Yes, same with me. I just, like, if they like really like her, I would be like, y'all do your work, y'all do your paperwork, y'all do all the things, and guess what she did? None of it. She does not have respect or any of that thing. Like, I would inform them that she was not an okay person to be on the team, and she needs to learn a few things.
Okay. Good. Hey, thank you guys for sharing y'all's opinion.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining the conversation today. We hope that you are comforted in knowing that you are not alone, but we also hope that you're walking away with some really great tips and tricks to try in your practice. We value your feedback, so please take a few moments to rate and review the podcast. Finally, we want to make sure that we're covering the topics that matter to you. So track us down on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and let us know what topics you want us to cover. As always, please know that we are rooting for you today as you manage your dental drama.